Nearly everyone who knows Joe Steffy of Lewisburg, Kansas, whether by mutual interest, his travels as a disability advocate, or his successful Poppin' Joe's kettle corn business, considers him an all around good guy. Steffi will share his challenges of stereotypical assumptions that will inspire all who want to accomplish something in life. Joe demonstrates an abundance of determination, self-worth, and success as he presents his business, Poppin' Joe's Kettle Corn. So please let's give a warm welcome to Joe Steffi.
Poppin' Joe's kettle corn, it's all around just delicious. Poppin' Joe's kettle corn, we hope that you will come and see us. Would you like to try a sample? We've got all the
Good morning, Mandan. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my life experiences with you. It is an honor for me to be here. My name is Joe Steffi. I own Poppin' Joe's Kettle Corn. My parents, Ray and Janet, are here with me today. Let's get it done. Years ago my parents told me the story of two young boys. Jerome is a young boy with autism and Down syndrome. His IQ is 32. He has profound intellectual disabilities. His receptive and expressive language is that of a 3-year-old. He has minimal basic academic skills. Constant supervision is required. Time on task and completion of skills are poor. Joseph is active and enjoys being with other people and making friends. He has a good memory for details. Joseph follows through on activities that are part of his daily routine. He spends time listening to music and working on the computer, enjoys horseback riding and bowling. He likes his independence. Joseph is a strong swimmer. I figured out this is me. Joseph Jerome Steffi. Joseph is how my family, friends, and the community know me. Jerome is how the professional reports label me. How will you label me after my presentation? I was welcomed to life with, "Here's your label." I was welcomed to school with, "Here's your label." Then came welcome to adult life with, "Here's where you belong." Now a few years later, here I am today, a business owner. In April 2000, I was 14 years old. My parents and I met with my school transition team. Members of my team told us that I would never hold a job, that I had no attention span, and that I could not focus. They had no expectations of me. My team said that I would live in a group home. This really ticked my dad off. You know the greatest disability there is? It is low expectation. My parents disagreed. Dad and Mom always built on my strengths. They knew I was capable of working. They knew I learned by watching and would do exactly as I saw it done. I am always active and love being busy. The Lord provided the idea for the kettle corn business to my dad. He saw the potential for me to develop and build on my strengths. It is an opportunity to prove I can work. My family began exploring the kettle corn business with me in October 2000. The big question to be answered was, can I work? We worked Friday and Saturday at Walmarts and local grocery stores. Within the first year I could stay on task doing different parts of popping for up to 6 hours. I would take a couple short breaks. I had learned all the production processes of popping and bagging the corn. Kettle corn is an old German way of popping popcorn with sugar. We Germans have to have things that are sweet. Popcorn pops between 420 and 460 degrees. When you add sugar and the secret ingredient to the popcorn and vegetable oil in the hot kettle, the sugar breaks down into a liquid. As each kernel pops, it comes up through the liquid sugar, giving it a sugar coating. It is 500 degrees in the bottom of the kettle, so you must stir the corn to keep it from burning. By stirring the popcorn, it commingles. When dumped onto the screening table, it all has a uniform sugar coating. My dad heard a presentation by David Hamas at the Kansas Partner and Policy Making Training in the spring of 2001. I, Joe Steffy, could own my own business. Wow, this was the best kept secret. What an awesome opportunity for me. The first key to make my dream of Poppin' Joe's kettle corn come true was a business plan. Mom took classes at First Steps to write my plan. The trial work period provided Mom useful data. At the same time, Dad was busy giving me the opportunities to prove that I can work. Based on my successful early performance popping kettle corn, my future in the kettle corn business looked very promising. My startup team included the Kansas Council for Developmental Disabilities. They provide startup grants for a new business to people with developmental disabilities. They purchased the kettle corn equipment for Poppin' Joe's. Another member of my startup team was Social Security. My past plan let me set aside money to achieve my specific work goals of getting my business started. Vocational rehabilitation provided support for the specific business equipment and supplies in the business plan. This included a computer and laser printer for Poppin' Joe's and other approved startup costs. I submitted my business plan to my team members. These agencies, together, provided the startup support for my business. It was my startup team that made it possible for me to become the sole proprietor of Poppin' Joe's kettle corn in April 2005. Now, 6 years later, Poppin' Joe's has developed 5 gourmet products. We offer cinnamon kettle corn, old-fashioned kettle corn, white cheddar popcorn, sweet and cheese kettle corn, and golden caramel corn. This shows the breakdown of sales in my business. Festivals average 3 weekends each month, April through October. I have several retail outlet stores where I supply products on a weekly basis. Special orders for weddings, graduations, anniversaries, appreciation days, employee events, as well as internet sales. As a business owner, I must be able to produce every type of popcorn product that I sell and complete the daily business tasks. This includes the weekly deliveries. When I restock the shelves, product must be fronted up as the stocking is completed. The bank is a place where I visit weekly, as I make my deposits. The post office is another place I go mail business payments and invoices. Gross sales increase each year. My gross receipts for 2005 were $17,000. In 2008, gross receipts were $50,000. Last year's receipts were $60,000. Today, my business is a success because of teamwork. Please watch with me a few minutes of my workday.
Work is to be about the person, then the next question is, well, who is the person?
For people with disabilities, entrepreneurship is a really good way to make a living. If you can create your own workplace environment, then you are going to be much better at creating one that you can live with and thrive in.
Poppin' Joe's is a very popular addition to our market. When they're not here on Wednesdays, people ask for them.
Kettle corn's a very multi-step process. There's always something different to do, and he can always find something. When he gets bored with one task, there's always another task to do. There's popping, there's bagging, there's salting, there's all kinds of different things. And then, of course, delivering and interacting with the community.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe.
I did have a glimpse of his economic situation when we were building the business plan. First year of being in business, his net profits were averaged $900 a month versus he was working a whole month at this other traditional view of him for $20.
I love being Poppin' Joe. I love being around people who know me and greet me. It connects me to my community.
The idea that people with disabilities are going to be co-workers in workplaces is an emerging idea.
We probably sell somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $6,000 per year of Joe's product. That's a lot of popcorn, a lot of happy customers.
Okay, let's do caramel corns.
1, 2, 3.
And I just love to see him counting and adding and handing you that invoice for the signature, and it gives me a great feeling.
It is phenomenally different economically than it would be as a wage employee. It's not some trivial pursuit. It's ongoing, serious work he's doing every day, and he certainly enjoys it.